gonna be really hard to capture this just because of the light and everything. This is my compost bin, one of my compost bins, and I just kind of let things go, take their own pace. They put the scraps in here, let the composting worms and Black Soldier Fly Larvae kind of take over, and they break it down, and it just goes a lot quicker when you have manures instead of solid materials. So they're basically my cows, my sheep. They're breaking down the material into manure, which then gets composted, and it just works out really, really well. But this thing is alive. There's actually Black Soldier Fly. Oh, she just flew in there. She, not sure what, but you can see kind of zooming back and forth. That's a Black Soldier Fly. There's another one kind of crawling around. Just saw it go down there somewhere. But the Black Soldier Flies love it. You get a byproduct of something you can give to your chickens. Oh, there's another one. There you go. And it seems like this landscape fabric provides like the prime place to lay eggs for the Black Soldier Flies. Oh yeah, there's two down there. There's one down there. And then all the maggots in there are Black Soldier Fly Larvae. They are just chomping away all the food scraps and yard scraps and everything. I've got composting worms in there too. So the composting worms take care of the lignin, or like the woody components, and the Black Soldier Fly Larvae take care of all the rest of it. They eat food scraps, they eat pretty much any material that's soft, as I understand it, and then the worms kind of take care of the rest. So here's another one coming in for landing. It's very encouraging when you've created a space that wildlife loves. And there aren't many flies on here. There are some house flies on here, but for the most part, my understanding is the Black Soldier Fly larvae emit a smell that is repulsive to the house flies. So there's only a handful of house flies around this whole compost bin, and the rest of it are Black Soldier Fly or Black Soldier Flies, and they just have taken over the pile. So, and there's some ants in there too. I guess I should mention that there are some ants in there, but anybody can compost when you've got nature doing it for you. So just wanted to kind of share that. A little bit about how the composting works here. I guess I should also mention, so I've got it under a banana tree. So pretty much every single time it rains, you get a little bit of a compost tea down for the roots. And bananas love that. And I'm not sure of all the appropriate trees to put around a system like this, but banana is certainly one of them. Willow could be another. Elderberry is another that's doing really well here. I've got a climbing yam vine on the side, some sweet potatoes all around. I'm sure mulberries would do well. Paper mulberries for feeding to your livestock and chickens. Kind of changing the contents of, I guess, the nutrition from the compost, making it into food and compost at the same time for other uses. So everybody should be composting their own stuff. Everybody should be composting their yard waste, their food scraps. It's so simple. It's just a wire cage with some landscape fabric zip tied to it. Fold it all together. Provides aeration, since it's a holy material. So it's It's aerated compost. It's not hot compost, but it is aerated. And you know, in a while after it's all done, it might be a year when it's all done, you've got some really high quality compost. So I encourage you to compost, and you know, if you want to support the channel, go to permisolutions.com. That's PERMIE solutions.com.